Hi, Rich Tehrani here, coming from the TMC newsroom at Interop 2009 in Las Vegas, and today we're speaking with Michael Tennefoss, who's with Aruba Networks. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Well, thanks for being on our show. Could you give me the elevator pitch on your company, please?
So Aruba is the world's #2 provider of enterprise wireless LANs. We have 4 major product lines besides, or in addition to wireless LANs. We also make remote networking solutions. We make multi-vendor wireless network management systems that can manage products from 16 different vendors. And we make identity-based security products for networking, both wired and wireless.
That's quite a product line. You've got some new things at this show, and I was hoping you'd share with me.
Sure. I think the major new product initiative for us is called virtual branch networking. This is a way of providing an extension of the enterprise network to branch offices and telecommuters. This is one of our products called the RAP2. It's a $99 US list price product that allows you to provide secure connectivity, VPN connection from a remote site back to a data center. Once the connection is established, we load a firewall in this device and then provide you with the same services remotely that you would have if you were in the office. One of the unique aspects in terms of the technology of this is that this is a user-installed device. It doesn't actually require IT to come to the site to install it. The user receives it in the mail, plugs it into their DSL or cable modem, presses one button, up comes a screen, they enter the URL of the data center, and that's it. Everything is auto-magic from then. Sets up the tunnel, loads the firewall, and away you go. You can plug in a VoIP phone, and it also has Wi-Fi connectivity for all your devices.
So basically, you're saving a tremendous amount of money. You're reducing the clutter of multiple devices, it seems, with a single device, and you're dealing with, apparently, I would imagine, less different products, meaning there will probably be less disparate management issues of interconnectivity and inter-networking between the products.
Exactly. In fact, that's the fundamental design direction of this product, was to say, how can we completely reassess remote networking and look at, take a page from the virtualization application data book and basically say, what can we locate in the data center and what needs to be out remotely? It used to be in a traditional remote networking solution that you would replicate the firewall, you'd replicate the router, all the same equipment that you have in the campus environment would be replicated at each remote site. And we said, why don't we virtualize some of those services in a powerful controller in the data center and then push out to these devices whatever's necessary for those specific applications. And the result is a much lower cost device and much easier management on the part of IT, because whatever they need to manage is in the data center, and what's remotely located can be installed and managed by the user. A completely different model.
It's very exciting. Now, what are you seeing in terms of wireless networking right now? How's the market with respect to an economic environment that's soft? Are people still buying wireless networks?
People are buying wireless networks for a number of reasons. This year, for the first time, the use of laptops has exceeded the use of PCs, in terms of sales at least, and as a consequence, mobility is very important for users. They want to have the same experience wherever they're working, wherever they're collaborating, as they would have at their desk. And so, in order to implement that, wireless LANs are essential. From an IT perspective, a wireless LAN makes it very easy to make adds, moves, and changes. You can add new employees, you can redesign your office, and you don't have to change all the infrastructure. So it's basically provides the ability to lower your operating expenses. Then for those enterprises that are looking at lowering their real estate expenses, they can actually have employees telecommute with products like this and reduce their overall real estate footprint, and yet still provide the same user experience and access to the same resources remotely as they would have if they were working at a desk. So I think the bottom line is, even in this tight economy, enterprises are willing to pay to increase productivity, increase efficiency, and lower the operating expenses of IT departments, and wireless definitely does that.
That's great. Now, your company also focuses on cost-effective solutions, right? Not just flexible solutions, but when you look at some of the comparative solutions on the market, I know that that's an area of focus, correct?
Absolutely. In fact, we have an initiative called network right-sizing, and this is a 3-step process whereby customers assess their current wired LAN infrastructure to determine how many ports they're actually using. And surprisingly, 30 to 40% of ports in an average network are actually not used or very, very underutilized. So that provides an opportunity to basically turn off those ports, consolidate the switches in the closets, and reduce the maintenance expenses, reduce electricity consumption, and reduce cooling expenses. The net result can be millions of dollars in savings. We've produced a network right-sizing calculator, which is we're providing in our booth. It will be available online shortly. And just to give you an example of the kind of the implications of this, California State University system recently went through a right-sizing exercise across 23 campuses. And what they found is 40% of their ports weren't being used. They did a network switch consolidation. They saved $30 million in expenses and used that money that they took out of the wired network to upgrade all their campuses to 802.11n, and they still had money left over. Plus, they're saving on an ongoing basis a lot of operating expenses and warranty and service plan expenses. So this is a real initiative. It provides tremendous value to customers, and that's actually applicable to anybody that has a wired network today.
That's great. What can we expect next from your company?
We're putting a lot of effort into infrastructure-based controls to make Wi-Fi perform better. We all know that 802.11n is the new hot thing in Wi-Fi, but not all 802.11n solutions provide comparable performance. Clients behave differently, Wi-Fi infrastructure behaves differently when there are a lot of users together. So having the ability to actually manage the clients as well as optimize the Wi-Fi infrastructure to make it work better for data, voice, and video, depending on how many users are present or what the environment is like, we think is really the future of making Wi-Fi perform better and making 802.11n in particular work up to its maximum potential.
That's fantastic. Michael, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Rich.
Thanks for being on the program.
Appreciate the opportunity.